Welcome to another video, and today we are going to do method of cooking. Method of cooking is a wide topic, so I'm just going to zoom in on just frying for today. So let's talk about method of cooking before I go into frying, all right? So these are some of the objectives that we can cover. So we are going to define the term cooking. What is cooking? At least 4 reasons for cooking. Define the term frying, suitable food for frying, advantages and disadvantages, of course, of frying. And then we are going to talk about the types of coating. So help me with this activity and let me see how well you can identify these cooking methods. So this first one, what do you think? We have rice. What do you think is a cooking method for this one? So if you say boiling, then you are correct. Excellent. What about this one? Look at my cursor. Steaming. What about this one? I know you know this one. Frying, of course. What about this one? See my cursor moving? Yes. Baking. You are correct. What about this one? This one is new, right? Poaching. What about this one? So if you say grilling, you are correct. Let me look at this one. So this one is stewing. And the final one, who can guess? This one is blanching. Very good. So you did an excellent job today. All right, so let's move on. So what is cooking though? So it's an application of heat to food to soften or make it more palatable for consumption. So you have to cook the food so you can make it palatable. There are some reasons why we cook food. 1, to destroy bacteria, of course. 2, to preserve food. 3, to provide food in cold weather. 4, to provide variety. Who want to eat the same food every day? The next point, to enhance flavor, to make food more palatable, to reduce bulk, to soften food and make it more digestible. And my final point, cooking improves the appearance of food. So we want to know that the food is looking really good. So before I go deeper in frying, of course, let us talk about classification of cooking method. So cooking come in 2 classification. We have moist heat method and we also have dry heat method. All right, so let's just talk about moist heat method. So moist heat methods are those in which the heat is conducted to the food product by water or water-based liquid. So anything have to do with water or water-based, all right? Let's talk about dry heat methods. Dry heat methods, dry heat methods are those in which heat is conducted without moisture. That is by hot air, hot metal, radiation, or hot fat. All right, so these are the different types of cooking method, and actually put it in categories so you can know it more better. So let's talk about dry heat methods and moist heat methods. So the dry heat methods examples are dry frying, baking, grilling, roasting, right? So those are the dry method of cooking. We go over to the moist heat methods. So we're talking about the steaming and the boiling and the poaching and the simmering and the blanching, and the list goes on, right? So these are examples of the category. I found this chart and I found it really helpful. So this is the same classification. So they have it in columns. So you have moist heat method and you have dry heat method, and you have a combination method. So the moist heat method, as I mentioned before, you have boiling, stewing, steaming, pressure cooking, poaching. For dry, we have roasting, grilling, toasting, baking, and sauteing, right? And the sauteing is not really that bad. It's just for you to like fry up the seeds like the onions and your garlic and your peppers, right? The combination though is a combination of both moist heat and dry heat. So you do like home style chicken will be a perfect example. So you fry the chicken first, and then you add liquid when you finish frying all the chicken, and then you cook it down. So it's a two method. So you fry and then you do the moist, you add liquid. So it's a combination, and we call that braising. All right, let's talk about frying. So we say we are going to do frying today. So what is frying though? So frying is cooking food in hot fats or oil until the outside is crisp or sealed and the inside is cooked. So we have three types of frying, right? Let's see if we can identify them. All right, the first one is what? Look at my cursor. Shallow fat. Next one, deep fat. And the other one is dry. So those are the three types of frying. All right. So let's talk about dry frying. So dry frying, there's no fat is used. So the food already contain quality of fat. Example, bacon or some sausages. Let's talk about shallow fat frying. Just enough fat is used to cover the bottom of the skillet or the saucepan. And this is suitable for like fried egg, or you're doing omelette, or you're making fried fish, or you're doing liver, right? Deep fat frying. This uses a large quantity of fat. So the food is actually completely covered with the fat. And this is suitable for pies and plantain chips, donut, etc. Suitable food for frying. So you can have a small portion of poultry such as chicken thigh, wings, drumsticks, breast, etc. You can do fillet of fish, steak, sliced fish, or the entire whole fish. What are the advantages of frying though? So as you already know, it's quick and easy method. It is suitable for small pieces of food. A little preparation is needed. A little loss of food value since the hot fat is sealed and the juice do not escape. And of course, food are attractive in color and flavor is well developed. Let's talk about the disadvantages of frying now. Food need constant and careful attention since they must be turned to ensure even cooking and to prevent burning. Fat must always be at the correct temperature so that food do not get saggy. Next point, not suitable for large, thick, or tough pieces of meat. It is an expensive method because oil is very expensive, right? Because for the deep fat frying, you have to use a large amount of oil or fat, right? Fried food may be indigestible. Let's talk about the preparation of frying. So when you're frying, sometimes you want to coat it, right? So before frying, many food have to be coated. What we mean by that? They should be coated to prevent one, sticking to the pan, absorbing the fat, or breaking up. So we have coating, right? So coating also season the food juice that prevent them from escaping while cooking, and it make it more attractive. So we have some different types of coating. And if you look at my photo, you see we coating in breadcrumbs. The photo below, we're doing egg, and then we do the seasoned flour, and then we coat, right? So you use the liquid and then the dry, and then you fry. These are some different coating that we can use. Butters, right? We can use egg and breadcrumbs. We can use the seasoned flour. We can use milk and seasoned flour. So you can use box milk, or you can use coconut milk, and you dip it in the liquid first, then you put it in the dry. You can also use cornmeal as a coating method. And of course, one of my favorite, corn flakes. All right, so you can use the red and white cornflakes and you crush it out, use the rolling pin, you crush it, and then you can coat with that. Rules for frying: use clean fat or oil. Use a dry, strong skillet for frying. Heat the fat or oil at the correct temperature before use. Do not attempt to fry too much pieces at the same time. Place food gently in the pot, or use a frying basket for deep fat frying to prevent splashing. Turn food with a fish slice or a spatula. Avoid piercing food while turning. Piercing food will allow the food to escape and then the oil get to splash on you. Don't dry wet food to remove excess moisture before you coat it. Keep the heat low enough to maintain the desired temperature and prevent burning. Drain fry food and absorb on paper. Cool, strain, and store fat after use. Do not use rancid oil. And that's the end of frying. So next time we'll talk about another method of cooking. So comment below which method of cooking that you want. I think I'm going to do baking, but you can comment and tell me what method of cooking you want me to do. Bye. Thank you.